السلام عليكم. وعندي شيء إن شاء الله بإذن الله الباري بإذن الله الباري وأحبطنا وناك وصوص علا شغالين سيدا شيء يسين إيه هذا هي مالك صورنا بويصود الله عيدون إن شاء الله إلهي نبريو إلهي نكون شكرية هذا صبرنا يشا هذا كثير صوما متى كله حتى والله فريا أنا إذا الله الله يو سد حشير وأنا العوينة صار سد حشير وأنا كهل حتى وحاني نبت جليدا ودنك وحل سوي كذا حتى هذه الأفرو ضدك يسوس سعودان أوكي حاجة تشوين أنت دافوارك كي أنت جوين حاجة دافوارك ما ليس دافع سفر الله إلى اليوم توي ويد عيسى قبل أي تيم في سنة سلمي عليك جن ضد بدن وملح وكميدي هالوزير كهيئة الدفاع أنا برد عليه أسجنا halkan kaas xoog buu galay ilaahay waa mahadle waa guulaysanay maanta noodista oo dhanba kuwa wajeer kuwa mandheera waa u midoobnay midaayada ma maqlaysaa keli waxa loo baahan yahay xadkaas waxa loo xiray oo looga cabsanayay dhibaato inay xagga nooga imaato bal dhibaatada hal ilaaliyo shacabkii inta badan yeesha meeshaad wax ku aragtaan oo nabadgelyada aan qalinayso markiiba hal la sheego dhalinyaradeedana ha iska ilaaliyaan maxay ahayd waxyaabaha yararkiya oo si fudud dadka loogu duubsan kara midaayada idinka idinta allah waxaa kaloo nii sheegayaa meeshan municipality baa laga dhigayaa tiimka meesha jooga waa gabanaga deputygiisa iyo speakerkii iyo maxaa joogaan MCAlka oo dhan bataa iyaga shaqo ku leh waxa ilaahay too Farah waxaan ka qaban karin meesha laga dhigay municipality ma jirto waa dawladda Garis oo county government ay shaqo ku leh laakiin wax allaale wixii dheef oo dibadda laga keeni lahaa si wanaagsan baan u dhaxgeli maalinkii municipality ay noqoto dhaqaalo dhan way soo dilaaci doonaan may maqashaan war maqlaysaa gabadha uu ku mahadsan yahay asaga muddada uu maarta hawsha ku dhameyn doona noo sheegi doona speaker kale noo sheeg meesha waqtiga aad u baahan tahay si arrintaa u dhamayso kaale sheeg gabadha agtiisu sheegi doona adiga county assembly madaxweyne
لا داب سو شيء مدنها أنت assembly مركي لك كانوا مرد هو ولا كانيا مركي لك كانوا حاجة أنيجا كأفيان أما كقدومي برلمانك أنت نوين جوجن شالني أو كوسابسن شالني أو إذا واحد صار عند municipality lands urban planning honorable Khadija أيالكن جوكتا يا majority leader minority leader members كي وأنا فديسنا وحيد حقيقنا سيدا أطلقوا الشرفتين مصراني بلادنا إنه كشرفين هذا داب ما شاء الله أنا أقول هذا سبيكر ملعب مصراني أقول هذا أنا لما لعب سموه أقول هذا municipality وينسيان ولا لهنا قرب يرون نقدر عولانك يو برلمانك جود أنا كنا وحن كشرفيا إن أرنتب داب municipality سووا نحسبن أيوه هذا الشغل السلام عليكم
ما عشان صوما سوي كان والله قال الملك صوما ما أفهم بلد اللي جوا أنا والتلفون ما كوصدي بداية أنا وحويان إني كوسو municipality this place is supposed to be a municipality the role of creating a municipality in this country is vested or domiciled in the county assembly. That man is the speaker of the county assembly. We have just got a new municipality in the name of Basalani. Hopefully Dadaab is going to be the next municipality in the shortest possible time. Once we have that municipality, it is upon us now to look for resources, and I promise you we'll look for the resources to turn this thing into a city eventually, because it hosts a population bigger than any other urban center in this country except Nairobi. Baranguli, Joe, am I right? Am I right? I will also recognize Joe Mbuli from the Refugee Department Affairs. He's the boss here. Na tunashukuru kazi yako unafanya nzuri. Mutakuwa na tunashukuru pia we engage the UN to assist us. We always engage them to assist us on certain areas. Among the areas is the boreholes, a lot of things. Now, Mr. Gee and his group have been very, very generous. They have given us a genset. But we're waiting for that genset to be assisted through another process by the Minister for Energy. We will launch this at a later date when everything is put in place. Na hiyo tunashukuru sana so that will not have any more dark days in the future. Umeelewa? Now finally, lakini upande wa education we've done our best. I think the only constituency in this country where the Constituency Development Fund has sponsored the number of students in critical fields that are very important, nobody matches that up. I have sent students to go and study medicine in a number of universities who are 98 of them are coming out of doctors. And it's my humble undertaking, having been associated with education all my political life and even beyond the political life, to make sure that we create a human capital in here. meeshan waxaan rabnaa aqoonta in la kobciyo si aan caadi ahaynna loo kobciyo insha Allah taana ballan baan iga qaaday waan wadayaa iskuulkan iyo iskuulaadka lamidka oo dhanna shaqo adag baan ka qabanaynaa midda kale xadka waa la furayaa waad maqasheen ID cards waan county commissioner. There are very many Kenyans who registered themselves as refugees, not for any other purpose, just so that they can access food. Given a choice between starving to death and calling yourself any other nationality, everybody will call himself the other nationality. Yes, basically that's what it is. So, your promise, your office, the office of the Registrar General, OOP, all of them have promised that they will do that as soon as possible. Farah kapienta mardau daw ay bilaban doontaan. Imaqlaysan. Midda ayadana ku talagala. waxaa kaloo idiin sheegayaa annagoo iskaashanayna dad fara badan embiyaalka noodistan la iskaashanayna xafiisyadii baasaboorka waan soo celinaynaa gaaris iyo wajeer iyo mandheera waan ku soo celinaynaa saddexdaba maqlaysaa sifo aad si fudud baasaboorradii nala heshaan sida waddanka adduunka kale maaragtay uu saa u yahay oo dhan yaa mwisho I want to say something about the kind of national policies we have in the country now. Our country is faced with a serious economic challenges. Itself, where we have to have what was called the structural adjustment programs. Those structural adjustment programs are very punitive and they target the lower level of the people, the vulnerables. The only way to avoid that is if we tighten our belts ourselves, we have an increased what we call taxes. There is no way you can avoid that. If you don't do that, then your shilling will come down crashing, your economy is going to go to hell, and everybody is going to suffer. This, I want to tell you, it's in the best interest of our country to support the government's policy on the raising of taxes. We either do that, tighten our belts, they decide to do a lot of sacrifices for us to be able to avoid a bigger problem. Because the moment you do that, and we default, you don't do that and you default on your repayment, loans and the rest of it, you will be relegated to a lower level and your economy is going to take a free tumble. It's going to have a free fall. We're not going to do that. I am not in the government myself, I'm in the opposition, but to the extent of the taxes that are being raised now, I support the government because that is the only way to avoid either structural adjustment programs or a free fall of our currency and a defaulting of what you call our international monetary obligations on some of those points. So for the purpose of the media which is here, I support the need for us to tighten our belt, have a few more taxes, but at the same time try and see that the vulnerables are not affected. So that, to that extent, I agree entirely with the policies of the government on this. And finally, wanawake wameelamika wanasema dumarkii waxay leeyihiin meeshan raggun baa wax loo hayaa soo saama aniga tayda way iska bedeshay haddaad arki doontaa hadda waxaa idin muuqda horta waad gartaan sooma waxaa mashruuciyaha markay bilowdaan mar kastaba ha ahaatee dumarkunbaa soo horumaraya ragga insha allah biidni illaahi albaari 5 sano oo faaraxa uu soo wada u horrayso waxaa weeyaan hawsha waa laiskugu imaanaya sidii hore ma noqonayso war waa idin maqashaan sooma midda kale meeshan waxaan idin hadda ka hor kawaan karayto waan xirayaa sooma xiran hadda soomeeko أنا قصر السياحة هذا كور ده ضوضي الله مع مرة صمال اللي قرنا يمشيتين كبر حوجا رجعوا سكرين باديو عدوا روح في عنا هاي سرين باجتيو سكار هذا ما يعرفه لما ما يرى كيما الحين قبل اللي إنسان ربي ورا رجال محطوط في البلد كان جيران ما يتصل لي بسوي تيما الله دسي وارد بحيي مقالو جيستي ويب حسنتي قبل الحين وقت قبل مقالو هو برحسن مالك دبور وارك رجع إنها لا صعدوا أو وارك إنمن قبل ورتاتي مركز سيرة نبى بانسله عم إنها لا سيرة عيني الرأي مغشان لا مغشان ننكس تبحي صعب بانسل أنا تقدر ما بانسل قبل أن تيسو بانسلي والرأي مغلي صوما مركز ماشي الموضوع أنت عرضك تبتلي واحدة صور نمو باش ننكس تبحي صوب بانسلي أول شيء سمركا ما إلها بركلنا وحاوي أن تصعون عليه قبل أن يسيب عما أصوات شغينا هنا أصل ودواني سام ورمي مغشان وين مغشان أنا كمان هلا يدك ما راح أقول غير لا يو أنا بيان لقيت إني من إسماعيلتي وحياة عنك أقول هاي واحد اللي جواب ما هذا كتير صوما واحد بان رباني اللي جري لكن ناشا وحوي اللي جري أنت أغلى كيما طول كان وهالكو أنا يدي شيء وحوي أنا بين اللي يدي شيء ريبي أنا دي تجار صوتن وهالكو بس وطلكو أيويان وحان يدي شيء عمر عبد الجواد واحد marka waxaan idin sheegayaa waddadan tawhii barabarahi ya gaarida Bakaliboy already the study has been commissioned and a company is going to be selected for that and after that we will start Watamaliza here, they finish that job. We are hoping to have a tarmac road started on that road within the shortest possible time. In my opinion, within the next 2 years. wadada laamida oo gaaris ilaa Liboyo laba sano gudaheed bay insha Allah ku bilaabanaysaa waana la bilaabay hawsheedii wali maqshan Soma power light mambo yake imemalizika. We are going to tunajaribu kupata ingine genset ingine mpya kutoka Davis Chirchir which he has promised. Now we already have one genset from the UN. The two of them are going to be installed more or less at the same time very soon. We will not have a power problem for a very long time to come. So that you can rest assured. Our only problem is Liboy, and we're sorting out the issue of Liboy also. We're also pushing very hard for the national grid to come all the way here. Mmesikia? Kwa hivyo mambo ya barabara imeisha, ila mambo ya kusema affordable housing, we will support that affordable housing. Hiyo 3% tuko tayari kulipa 3% so that we can allow the people who cannot afford this to have access to affordable housing in this country. If you don't do that, usually when you take some of these measures at the beginning people see it very hard. But as you progress on forward, you will realize that that was a good decision. So I support the government on that affordable housing and the 3%. Na hata hii MCS mutalipa na sisi waheshimiwa pia mutalipa hiyo. Umeelewa? Kwanza tungesema waheshimiwa na MCS watoe 10% na wasivyo. There was a time I said the MPs need to pay more taxes and I really caught a lot of hell from my members and I was a deputy speaker at that time. I'm not saying that right now. Like in that 3%, that one is in order and let's see how it goes on. Hatuwezi kutia siasa kila kitu. Everything if we politicize is not good for the country. But in the end, I think they will all be very happy 3 years, 4 years down the line when we see the fruits of some of these steps that we'll take now. Mimi nataka niseme asanteni sana bwana county commissioner na governor na wakubwa wote walioko hapa. Yangu mimi nimemaliza na tuendelee na kazi. Asanteni.